Hey guys, welcome back to the Architecture Insider. Today we have a video about Richard Rogers. He is one of the most famous architecture in my eyes. He's done some amazing buildings. For example, the Pompidou Center, Lloyd's building and Millennium Dome. So the Pompidou Center, as you can see, it's in Paris. It's a multi-use complex, and this is the Lloyd's building. It's also it's in London. So is the Millennium Dome. Now these buildings, as you can see, they have a similarity, which is all the framework, all the services being on the outside. Now this is a new era that he started. He was the main founder of it. It's called high-tech architecture. It's where you use, like I just said, services on the outside, use frames, use a lot of steel frames and columns, and showing the structure, not hiding it within the walls and inside bricks and stuff. You show it, and it's a very complicated and very interesting architectural style. Now not everyone likes this style, you know, it's for some people, it's not for everyone. But if you look at this video that I'm going to show now, it's amazing how he talks about turning disadvantages, turn them upside down in any way to turn into an advantage, and how office buildings can be very boring, especially in a very dense city. For example, New York, you can see how dense and how dead it looks, that there is no green spaces, that it's all very dense, and there's buildings in front of buildings in front of office buildings, and everything is glass. There isn't anything exciting. Now if you Now this building that Rogers is going to talk about in this video, it's amazing. It has a 7-story entrance, okay, a 7-story entrance with loads of frames going inside and outside, and it has a very amazing, it's very simple but very effective. Now that's the thing with these big architects, they do little things, but the theory and the ideology behind it is just amazing and memorizing. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you soon.
Leadenhall office building, which is the tallest building in the city of London, is again a different animal. First of all, it's an office building, and that's, as I mentioned, tends to be very boring. One of the arts of architecture is not only to humanize it, as I mentioned, but also how to use the constraints and in a way turn them upside down and see whether you can help you to design the building. The main constraint on Leadenhall was this. It was a view to St Paul's. Now London is unique in being partly controlled by views, so you have these big cuts and you have to leave certain views open to St Paul's, and we were on one of those views. The only way to build a tall building was to slope out of that. Now you could step out of it, you could cut it shorter and so on. So we made use of this and we cut it back, the Cheesegrater is now called, at an angle, and that gives it that very prominent section and profile from all over London. We also had a client, again, which we got on very well, British Land, who were willing to have a 7-story atrium, though it's not enclosed, so probably it's could call it a 7-story public space, below the building. The building itself expresses its system of construction, because again, we celebrate construction, because it's one of the things in which we get scale. And scale is a critical part. I mean, architecture is about scale, it is about rhythm, it is about poetry, it's about geometry, it's obviously about beauty. These are all these elements. And scale, which is really the size of the hand on whatever you do, is how you recognize size as well as light, part of light and shadow. Height and length has limited use. You can make a building look immensely large and overbearing, which is basically what single story, or you can make a building which is very light, which means Van der Rohe did, and it's got 50 stories. So how you break it down into the scale is critical. What's interesting for me in Leadenhall is that whereas we thought Lloyd's was the absolute ultimate, the art of technology, when I look at it now, it's handmade practically. Now we had pieces taken by truck off-site and so on. Leadenhall was all built off-site. I mean, it arrives completely. The structure is less visible because in a sense it's less important. We're more used to it. The shape is very important. The public space is very important. You can see the wonderful banks of elevators on the backside. So the elements which we have got to know well, we are using there. We're using a lot of, obviously, flexibility. So we're using that, but in a way which more or less 40 years later than probably, which is very much machine made. So what the next one will probably be even more, well, will be more, even more, and it's very exciting to see that dialogue between these two. And actually I think it's really exciting to see the dialogue between Lloyd's of London, Leadenhall, and of course the Dome of St Paul's in the background of a totally different period. To me, that's what architecture is about. It's not about fitting it in as the last building. It's setting up these dialogues. You know, the enjoyment of St Paul's was that it was seen against a medieval, very low and rather poor medieval background. That was flourished, exactly the same, any form of architecture. So it's a dialogue, it's a beauty that comes through contrast.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know in the comment section below how you guys are doing. What did you guys be doing from last video, and what you guys are gonna be doing. Anything exciting, let me know in the comment section below. I hope you guys enjoyed watching it. Let me know what you guys thought of this video and what you guys think of high-tech architecture. Do you think it's interesting? Does it not float your boat? Let me know. Don't forget to comment, like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you next time.